What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 2K15 in 2021 on a PS5 because reasons. Welcome back to the Performance Center and making my way to NXT.
The WWE Universe loves a match that is back and forth. The main way to turn the tide of any match is with reversals.
Yeah, shut up. Here we go. Reversals against Tommy Wall. Where is Tommy End at this point? Where is Aleister Black at this point? Well, you know those things and that stuff. But we're here. I disabled this. Oh my god. I literally went into the menu and hit disable. Let me go do that again, because what the hell? I guess that just skips past that match and that training. Congratulations. I quit, and now I'm in NXT with Corey Graves and Neville, Bo Dallas, and Rusev. Good times. I don't understand. I set chain wrestling to 0, therefore it should be at 0. I don't see any options to change that here in this menu, so I have to assume that it either works or it don't, and we're here to do it either way. My first match in NXT is here fast. This is your only road into the main roster, so take it seriously. Thanks, Mr. William Regal. 4 matches this month. Get my best and get into a #1 contenders match for the NXT title. Who is my first NXT opponent? It is El Hondero once again. Give me some named talent, why don't you? Here we go. Video, effing, games, buy the shirt. Uh-oh. Who's here? Anybody? Bueller? Nope, just backstage doing my thing. And it not getting attacked, which is weird because, you know, that's how things work. It's like, alright, why is there a camera here filming me doing my Goldberg impression if I'm not going to get attacked by anybody? That's, alright, fine. Making my way into the NXT arena for the very first time. It is the attackslug. Here we go. My peeps.
The following contest is scheduled for
one fall.
Making his way to the ring.
From parts unknown,
The Masked Nerd.
That's me. Here we are. Not a whole lot of options here for naming conventions in terms of being the attackslug, but is what it is. I'm not lucky like, say, a Grime, who has the word Grime in here and he can use. You know, is what it is. So, let's fight El Hondero here and eventually, hopefully, fix up my entrance and moveset and everything else involved in my career. Let's go. And El Hondero didn't even get an entrance, currently in the ring. The Jobber. Here we go. So I welcome you to a fine Tuesday on the program. I disabled chain wrestling. I'm so mad about it. Why? But why? Big clothesline. Alright, enough complaining. Moving on. Monday Night Raw. Last night, indeed, took place on the USA Network. And it opened with McIntyre cutting his promo in the ring for the first time since losing at The Chamber. And then we have The Miz interrupt with his pyro being the WWE Champion, trying to get Drew to help him out, saying, hey, no, you go attack Lashley for me, please. Please, though? I'd like that. That would help me out a lot. Nah, Drew ain't doing that, right? But Drew fights Sheamus. And why was this match not saved for Fastlane, is my question. Because it was a banger. Like, it was a great big man match here. It was big, meaty men slapping meat, as Big E would say, on the hardest part of the ring. And it was fantastic. So why was it here on Raw and not at Fastlane is kind of baffling, to be honest. So I was hoping it would be, you know, on a grander stage, no pun intended. But I guess they could do another one at Fastlane. But yes, McIntyre wins this match here against Sheamus. Great match. Go watch it. Good stuff. Now, we also, in that, I guess before that, MVP was also out saying, hey, Miz, your deadline is 9 p.m. This was the ongoing story of this Raw, was these deadlines for The Miz and defending that WWE title. And of course, it didn't work out for him by the end of the night. But we had Nia springboard. Good lucha things. Nia and Naomi had a match. And Nia Jax won that handily, as it's Nia Jax. So that's, you know, they're building towards that tag team match with Naomi and Lana having that tag match at a certain point against Nia and Shayna. And why are these reversals not doing me beardness? There. I'm off on my timing. That's on me. That's on me, I guess. But I've been off here. So the first of the Lashley Miz encounters at the 9 p.m. hour. Miz was sick. He couldn't make it to the ring. He was too sick to get there. He had it coming out both ends, according to him. Gross. And did not get there. Lashley runs backstage, says, Miz, we're doing this. One more hour. You get one more hour, and you better be here at 10 p.m. and defend that WWE title. That better happen, Mr. Miz. No more time, right? So, after this, Braun Strowman out of the ring, and out comes Shane McMahon to interrupt his promo, saying, hey, Braun, look, relax. We need some conflict management. And to do that, you're going to team with Adam Pearce, and you're going to get a Raw Tag Team title opportunity. Guess what? Adam Pearce gets rolled up, and they lose that. And it still feels like they're building towards Shane and Braun at Mania. I don't know why you'd want that. I'm not sure who thinks that is a good idea, but that, to me, looks like the eventual goal with these interactions between them. But yes, Hurt Business retains those tag team titles. And I'm hitting it at the right time. Oh my god. This is going to be a long video series if I can't get any reversals in on playing it on normal. Normal, Hondero. I missed it. Normal. Lame. See, I can get them like 1 out of 5. I get them. But, yeah, it's been a little bit rough. I used to be way more consistent with my reversals. And he reversed my signature. Of course he did. Thanks, Hondero. Appreciate the neck breaker. Appreciate it. Thanks. How about no? How about not losing my first match here on NXT? Not happening. So, after that, Elias and Bad Bunny got into things, and it ended up with being an Elias and Damian Priest match, which, of course, Damian Priest is still undefeated on Monday Night Raw. That one makes sense with Elias and Bad Bunny. They're both recording acts to a degree, so I can dig that interaction. But after the end of the night, I have to wonder what the plan is for Bad Bunny at, say, a WrestleMania. So, Randy and Alexa, right? More of that. And Randy was confronted on the TV screen by what I can only describe as Shadow Randy. So someone's been playing some Persona 4, because having his shadow self talk to himself in the TV world, yeah. Relax there. Relax. That was hilarious. The top rope, what? I don't have a top rope move. I don't have the top rope diver skill. I can't do that just yet. What a waste. And Hondero has signature here, which is going to be a problem for your boy. It really, really will. Signature. Famouser. Can I pin on that on Hondero? A rope break. Because of course there was a rope break. Why wouldn't there be a freaking rope break? Finisher. Oh wait, the flatliner. He tricked me. He tricked me. Hondero. I don't think so. I even have 1 count. Hondero. That ain't happening. My first match here, my overall rating here is 54. So you can't chop the knees down to not go into the ropes. That's not a 619. You're not Rey Mysterio. Relax yourself. Now, besides Randy and his Persona beardness, and Alexa and everything else there, which, again, when the hell are we going to see The Fiend? Who knows, right? It does feel like they're heading Randy towards a Firefly Funhouse match, much like John Cena had last year. Will Randy get stuck in that zone that John Cena got stuck in? And will eventually we see both Cena and Randy stuck in the Firefly Funhouse zone in some way this Mania season? That, to me, seems potentially interesting. Maybe. Neckbreaker. Now, can I drag? Yes, that one I recall how to do. I had to do it a lot. Power pin. A hard-fought victory against this jobber, and I won. I did that. You're welcome, Mr. Regal. And there it is. My very first NXT victory! With fans in the crowd and no masks, and it's all weird, man. Everything feels weird looking at old stuff now. It's weird. Alright. Yes, I'm number one. That's me. The Slug. I'm doing it. I'm here. Continue. Instant Classic. 4.5 stars. Aw, hell yeah. That's a start. I see some potential. Just get some wins, and you'll be a lock at number one contenders matchup. Thank you, Mr. Regal. I'm going to spin this VC. My overall is now 55. 50 freaking 5. Alright, let's go. Who's next? Tell me who next. Look at Seth Rollins, Big E, and Bo Dallas. All these superstars on Raw started off as NXT champions. Gain that title, and surely Triple H will point at you in a picture. Tommy Wall. Let's go. So, Miz versus Lashley Part 2 in the 10 p.m. hour did start. The match did start, and the bell did ring, and Miz immediately bails and sprints to the back, and is a count-out victory for Lashley, who obviously does not win the title on a count-out. That's not how belts work here in the wrestling business. So, there we go. Tommy Wall bringing him in the hard way. No, going to the hardest part of the ring with that. So, afterwards, we had the Queen Charlotte in the ring cutting a promo saying, yes, I was a great tag team partner with Asuka. I only ever wanted to be a tag team partner with Asuka, but I also want that Raw Women's title from Asuka, because who else is going to do it? Not Lacey. She's pregnant. Not anybody else on this brand anywhere, so yeah, it should be me. And out comes Nia and Shayna to say, hey, look, we took out Asuka with those teeth last week. You know, that was what it was. And it is what it is, and now Shayna's going to fight the Queen on this show, right? And they jump her before the match. But of course, being a Flair, overcoming those odds and winning that match, so she beats Shayna, and that was that bit of beard. Yes, and I really don't like this. I thought I could disable this, and clearly I cannot. And that will make for a very annoying bit of gameplay. Punch Mr. Wall here in the face. You big old bodybuilder, ex-football, not agile. They only sign you because your look. Like, come on now. Tommy, you're going down. So after that, Riddle and the Lucha House Party fought Retribution, and they beat Retribution, wouldn't you know, right? But Ali, mad about it. So he's like, look, me and you, Riddle, non-title, we'll just go at it one-on-one. That match happened, and guess who won? Ali, proving that the rest of Retribution are indeed the weak factor in that group, because Ali got it done. Now, I think his finisher was supposed to be the top rope super backstabber, right? Because he's done it before to Ricochet. But with Riddle, it didn't work. I'm not sure how they botched this, but they botched this. It looked real rough. And it got a replay, and it looked real rough. So maybe pick a different finisher, because that one, look, you're not working here with Ricochet, who can do that properly. Riddle kind of just didn't get there. So, unfortunate all around, but that is what it is. And your 11 p.m. hour, your main event was indeed Lashley and The Miz, and Shane McMahon, who's back for some reason, turned it into a lumberjack match to ensure that Miz did not escape, did not run away, And Miz tried to get DQ'd immediately, and Lashley was having none of that. Pretty quick match here, and Lashley is indeed your new WWE Champion, which is awesome. The era of the Almighty. I was calling for Lashley to have a shot at a world title back in 2018 when he beat Roman Reigns clean on pay-per-view. And they immediately did nothing with that for him. I'm like, at that point, nobody was beating Roman clean on pay-per-view, and Lashley did it. And they just totally squandered that 2 years ago. I'm sorry, 3 years ago at this point. Like, yeah, it's about time. Looks like money, smells like money. My man, Lashley, is there. Finally, WWE Champion. Now, does that mean at some point we have actually see Lashley and Lesnar? Because in 2018, when he beat Roman, Lesnar was champion. I was saying, hey man, we should have those two fight. And it didn't happen. But it should have happened. And I had a much easier time here beating The Wall, brother, than I did beating Hondero. So, good lucha things all around. Yep. The Masked Nerd is here. 4.5 stars. Instant classic. Get that 2K social media followers, some SP, and a bunch of VC. Wow, you're better than I thought. Thank you, Mr. Regal. In fact, somebody wants to fight you. Somebody wants to knock on my door and pick a fight with me. You know, maybe I'm missing my reversals because I don't have enough points put into reversals. Is that a thing? Like, you need to have more points into it to get the timing better? Maybe. I've obviously forgotten. It's been a number of years. Zeus Tucker. Here we go with Tucker. And immediately he knows my skills here. He knows my opening move is just run in and hit a move. And that usually works. Sometimes. So yes, Lashley, your new champion. I was surprised that this didn't get stretched out until Fastlane. So the question is now, who does Lashley defend against at Fastlane? Like, I don't think it'll be McIntyre. I wouldn't assume. Unless they're going to actually swerve us here, have Drew challenge and lose to Lashley at Fastlane, and then it will indeed be Lesnar and Lashley at Mania. Because Drew has a lot more years in the tank than does Lashley. So, gotta capitalize while these guys are still, you know, in good enough shape to capitalize on for this kind of thing, right? So, kudos all around to Lashley. It took him a long time to get here, but well-deserved, and he's finally in that main event spot. And he's been booked like a beast the last, like, year or so in the Hurt Business. Like, just amazing stuff all around. And Tucker here going down. Gonna get... Oh, I missed the clothesline! No! The headbutt. The Glasgow kiss, if you will, from Tucker. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing it at the right timing, but it still seems a bit more random than it should, which is never fun for a game like this, where you want it to be reliable that you've gotten in those reversals. So, it is what it is, man. We do what we do. We're here to do things on this show, on this channel. There we go. I'm only at 41% here against Tucker. That's not enough percents. That's not enough percents. Yeah, Bulldog. Going to Brett's Rope. Brett's Rope. The splash. It's the worst splash in the world. That is a Snoop Dogg level splash, if you will. And also, what happened to him, man? They did the whole thing. They split up Otis and Tucker, and then they've not used him outside of chasing for the 24/7 belt before it was held by Bad Bunny, and that's just funny, but sad. But sad. Definitely got in that spot where he is the Marty, and Otis was the Shawn. So, I guess he was lucky there was no plate glass window involved there. Okay. That's the finish. Again, I don't want the rope break, so we drag his lifeless corpse to the center and say, look, go back to playing with Danzig and get out of here. 4 stars. Not quite as good as my last two, which were 4.5 stars, but I'll take 4 stars. You know, now that I think about it, I think the reason that I didn't have the chain wrestling in my career the first time was because I was a super heavyweight, and they don't do the chain wrestling. So being Ebenezer, being a super heavyweight, didn't have that, whereas now I'm a cruiserweight, and I'm going to be stuck with it. That sucks. Anyway, I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time, and I'm out.